Hi everyone. Today I'll be defining the execution truth, what it looks like, and why it is the missing piece in the context that we are providing to agents in order to ensure that the agents produce production safe code and they are able to scale. We've all seen this magic. A minimal prompt and AI generates a fully functional production deployable app in minutes. Whether it's a project management or a budget tracking app. This is setting the new standards for developer productivity. It feels like magic, and I was really excited when I saw this. I wanted to bring this magic to my own day-to-day work. So let's see what happens when we stay away from creating from scratch and try to bring these agents into our production code bases. To set the context, we have an application called Vendor Service. It exposes an API called /vendors, which returns a list of vendors to the calling service. The calling service then decides which is the best vendor. We need to upgrade that API. The goal is simple. We need to enrich the response with vendor attributes as well. We decided to use AI, and to ensure that AI development is a success, we set up our repository with the required structured MD files. We explain the task in the specs way, and we connect the various internal knowledge MCPs that we have so that the agent has a direct line to our internal documentation and our real-time APM data. Given all of this, we finally give the prompt. Enrich the Get Vendors API to include vendor attributes. Use the existing attribute repository. Check the APM MCP for production context to ensure that the change is safe. And the agent gets to work. Finally, we see agents is working, and if we look closely, we can see the agent did connect to the MCP to find out the details about the API and guide its decisions. Within minutes, the agent was ready with the PR. Let's see what PR was generated. So this is the PR generated. If we look at it, the agent has used the attribute repository like we had asked. It has also enriched the method getVendor-based data by adding attributes to it. It's used language constructs, clean code, and handling of the edge cases. Not just that, it's written test cases, and the build is also successful. Within minutes, it's not only generated a PR, it's actually done what we expect out of a solid engineer. Look at our internal sources, clean code, test cases, ensuring everything is passes before the task is finished. All good, we deploy to production in full confidence. But we were in for a surprise, and not a good one. As we deployed, we started to see that the Get Vendors API error rate started going up. We started getting alerts on the API as well as a critical alert for connection pool being exhausted. On diving deeper, we found that it was the attribute repository which was causing that issue. The RCA was clear. The new vendor enrichment API PR that we had deployed had created a massive load on the DB, causing the outage. This brings us to a very difficult question. Why did the agent, which was brilliant at producing production-grade apps from scratch, fail so dangerously when we tried to apply it on existing production code bases? The answer lies in what the agent was not able to see. We provided agent the APM data. It's the real-time observability data that even we rely on today to see how our system's health is. But there was a gap. The APM provided what I call as edge visibility. It told the throughput was low, the API was healthy. There was nothing to signal wrong. The agent took it as a green signal and moved ahead. Traces are probably one of the most richest source of information that we have. Here again, traces give you great visibility on service to service or network to network hops. Here, the disaster was happening within a singular trace. We had no logs in the function get vendor base data, which means the APM had no visibility into the internals of that function. And hence, the agent had no feedback on it. So then, this brings or highlights a massive problem. It's not just about how much data can we give to the agents. There seems to be a definite gap in the context we are providing to the agents. Something is missing. That missing gap today is the tribal knowledge. The tribal knowledge which sits in the head of your senior engineers. The tribal knowledge is not just knowing what is the latency of the API. It's understanding what is the latency sensitivity of this API. It's understanding what parts of your code are sensitive. It's understanding how your methods are scattered and connected together. Today, we are fixing or patching this gap by keeping a senior in the loop. I'm sure we've all seen it. Keeping a senior in the loop, senior is able to get a lot more from AI. Today, the senior takes that all of the context which is in his head and then distills it, creates it into some prompt, which he gives to the agent to ensure and validate that the change produced is a safe change. And as AI scales, it's creating a high load dependency and a blockage on the senior engineers. Let's see, in our example, could we have done something with the tribal knowledge hint? I take the same situation again, same prompt. But this time, behaving as a domain expert, I'll add a hint to it. Note, get vendor base data is a high throughput function. That's all. The agent gets to working. And we see this time the behavior of the agent is different. The agent is no longer jumping on creating the PR, but rather acknowledging the risk over here, understanding the out of order behavior of the hint, and providing you with options of you can either go with a batch API or a caching layer. It's giving you a recommendation and a choice. This gives you two insights. One, the agent didn't lack the logic to fix the problem. What it lacked was the execution truth about the code. How your code is actually executing in production. It was a visibility gap, not a logic gap. We at Code Karma believe that this tribal knowledge should not be only living in the heads of the senior engineers. This should be systemized and made available to agents as a default toolkit. So we built a system. We built a system by creating instrumentation ground up to ensure that we pass this execution truth to the agent. And we do it through the three core capability pillars. First, execution pathing. We allow the agent to see between the edges. We give the visibility of what is happening between the API edges. It sees the call graphs, the actual methods, the conditionals and the blocks being executed in real time in production. On top of that, we add frequency signals onto that. So it's not just execution pathing. Imagine every path having a frequency and error also laced onto it, which means something like a fan out between functions is a natively available insight to the agent. Like in our case, while the API was being hit at 70 QPM, the method was being hit at 7,000 QPM. And this fan out would be visible. We also surface the in-depth runtime behavior. What do I mean by that? It is the hidden reality of your code. It highlights where your code is taking, which function is taking most resources. It's working today, but probably this will become the blockage when the load increases. It includes what are the dead paths. They sit in your code, they take your tokens, they are there for you to debug. But this tells that these are actually not being executed and you can leave them out. Similarly, it also tells you exceptions. So not always all exceptions produce errors. There are exceptions which we eat because of multiple reasons. Giving them visibility over this helps the agent understand what's important, what's not. Not every exception is same. We have been using this system on our code bases paired with agents. And the major impacts that I would see we are seeing is mainly preemptive protection. When the agent is able to see the in-depth execution and the throughputs, error, hidden exceptions, it's able to highlight and fix it much before an issue happens. Then we are able to see this is the preemptive path. I know this is a blockage. Let me take it up in my backlog before it creates an issue. Deep trace RCA. I think we've all used tools. We also saw it in the last demo. Today's RCA, we're working with agents. Because the agents are working on only edge visibility, you get probabilistic RCAs. Imagine if your agents could see not just the edge, but the internals. We get deep trace RCAs, which points to the exact function, line of code, and the block which is causing the issue. As AI is generating more and more code, we are seeing that the rate of acceleration in code is increasing, which means you're shipping more features, you're refactoring a lot, you're redesigning a lot. This has helped us with safe refactoring. What I mean by that, the biggest problem in a refactoring is visibility. If I touch this, what will happen? This gives you a path of the things which are dead. You need not migrate them. You can eliminate them. It also gives you which are your hottest path, most erroneous path, so that you can isolate them and migrate them again with a different plan. And it's like a senior engineer is available on every code base. When you look at an unfamiliar code base, it becomes very easy for us to navigate. To sum it up all, if we want our agents to produce not just at a fast speed, but trustworthy code, we need the triangulation of trust, where we have the LLM, which is the reasoner, which understands logic and formulates action. We have the code, which actually gives the requirement, the expected behavior, the static nature. What is missing is the reality or the execution truth. Your agents are flying blind because they know what is the intended behavior, but they don't know what is the drift in production. It's only when you provide this actual grounding behavior will the agents know and complete the feedback loop to understand what is the drift and address it with some safe options. If I have to give you core takeaways, first and the most important would be the journey from a logically correct PR to a production safe PR is not automatic. It's not going to change by itself. The missing gap is the execution truth. It's only when we give this visibility to the agent of the code running in production in real time, we cross this bridge. Secondly, density is greater than volume. It's not about throwing more and more sources, more and more documents to your code base. Just as a senior engineer today distills so much knowledge in his head to give agents prompts, similarly, your input has to be distilled and richer. Also, we need to move away from the dependency of humans. That's the only way we can safely scale. If you want to see the execution truth of your system, or you want to understand in deep how we built this system to address this gap, would be happy to connect. Thank you.